Hello, guys, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Talion Carrizales from StockMusicLicensing.com. On this video, I want to talk to you about something that is really close to my heart, and that's the fact that musicians and artists in general, after a period of time, they can become very jaded or cynical about not only themselves and their art, but as well of the music industry or the music business in general. I'm telling you this because I get comments and I get messages, and I've been told that I am a very positive person or I am a very motivational kind of guy. I have a motivational kind of attitude here on this YouTube channel. I take it as a compliment, really. But if you have met me a few years ago, I was completely the opposite. I've been on the other side. I've been very jaded, and I've been very cynical about not only the music industry and music in general, but myself and my art. Okay, and I had friends in the past that they will tell me, Daniel, you with that energy and that negativity, that darkness that you have when it comes down to expressing your feelings and being so negative about something, if you channel that towards something positive, I can only imagine what you could accomplish. That always stuck with me, my friend, when he said back then that. And that at the time I was living in London and I was working in a guitar shop. I was very fortunate. I've been very blessed when it comes down to working in the music industry. Even when I was working in a guitar shop, which is retail, but still it was in a very good environment for me. Um and I was earning a living working in a very prestigious place as a musician. It was a day job that it was a very desired by a lot of people. And here I am being very jaded about things. And the problem was not the job, but what I want to get to the point is that the problem was not the job. The problem was my point of view of things. And if I rewind even more, I was back home when I was growing up in Venezuela. I was working in a recording studio, and I got this job in this recording studio before I graduated from college. I went to college for to study sound engineering, and I got this job in this studio before I even had my degree or my diploma. So I was again very fortunate. Yes, I had a lot of people skills, I guess, and try to approach people and try to get them to know me and kind of like build a trust. And even though I'm still a student, they offer me a job with certain conditions, of course, because I'm still not qualified to record a band and whatnot. Eventually, we ended up, me and my partner that was working there as well, we ended up pretty much working as owners of that recording studio. And here I am again. I came to a roadblock at some point in this job, and I became very jaded, very cynic about it. Not only the work itself, but everything that was around this work. And I'm so blessed to be working in a recording studio, and I'm so blessed of what I'm doing in this place. And here I am still unhappy when actually there's people that go to this place and say, you are so lucky that you work here. You have no boss. You just work in a recording studio dealing with musicians and artists all day. And you seem so unhappy. I mean, what's going on? And the problem was not the job. The problem was not the environment. The problem was not the studio. The problem was me, what was inside of me, what I wanted to do. And my attitude was a big problem. And I carry that for many years. And again, I've been very blessed and fortunate, and I've always worked very hard towards my goals and being very active and earning money while still working around music and working as a musician or as a producer or as a composer. And my goal has always been to really work here in my studio, to have a home studio. I don't like to tour. I don't like to be in a band. I like to compose and just really kind of like being at the lab. Like I'm a kind of like a mad science here in my lab, and I like to work by myself and take full control and full responsibility of my work and my art. But I had to work on my attitude, okay? And this is something that I see a lot of composers and a lot of musicians and even artists in general have this jaded attitude towards life, you know, this being very cynical about life in general and cynical about their art as well, which I think is very damaging. It's almost like a disease, really, a disease of the mind, because I used to believe as well that you need to be miserable in the past. I believed in the past, I used to believe that you need to be very unhappy in order to create art. And even though art comes as well from a very deep place within us as artists, in order for us to compose music or to paint or to write, and you tap into something that it could be an emotion, doesn't necessarily need to be something bad or something sad or something that has really traumatized us, okay? And especially when it comes down to music licensing or to stock music, where we're really focusing on creating music for commercials or music sometimes, in most cases, it's something that is happy and feel good, really. So I needed to be able to tap into that when composing music for royalty-free libraries. Again, leave in the comments what you think of this. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Download my guide if you're somebody that is new to music licensing. I focus specifically on stock libraries, on royalty-free libraries. When you download this guide, I have 7 steps there that teaches you or shows you the path of how to get the ball rolling or how to get started on royalty-free sites like Pond5 and Audio Jungle. And like I said, this is the easiest way to get started today. And this is what I do. I focus completely on uploading my music to royalty-free sites. Again, thanks a lot for all the support. Rock and roll.